Have you ever checked the change in your pocket and thought, these coins can't be worth much? Well, think again. Because the humble 1965 Washington quarter dollar might just be your ticket to an incredible payday. We're talking hundreds, thousands, and in ultra-rare cases, even millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. What was once just a simple piece of loose change could now be worth more than a brand new car, or even a house. The rare 1965-era quarters continue to break expectations at auction. As awareness increases, so does demand and value. In 2022, a silver-era 1965 quarter in high grade fetched $16,800. A high-grade off-center 1965 quarter sold for $1,200 in 2021. Several transitional planchet errors consistently bring $3,000 to $10,000. And these prices are climbing. With social media and YouTube fueling interest, the market for rare coins has never been hotter. If you're a coin collector, a treasure hunter, or just someone curious about the hidden gems in everyday currency, then watch until the end. Because we're diving deep into the history, varieties, and jaw-dropping values of the 1965-era Washington quarters, a true legend among modern collectible coins. This is the kind of story that will have you flipping through your coin jar the moment the video ends. History of the 1965 Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter has a rich and patriotic history. First minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the design quickly became a staple in American pockets. But 1965 marked a turning point in the history of U.S. coinage. Due to a nationwide silver shortage, the U.S. Mint made the historic decision to stop using 90% silver in its dimes and quarters. The 1965 quarter was the first year that quarters were minted using a clad composition, a copper core sandwiched between two layers of cupronickel. This change wasn't just about saving money. Well, it opened the door to a world of minting anomalies and errors, some of which are now worth a small fortune. Key features of the 1965 quarter. Before we get into the rarities, it's important to understand what a standard 1965 quarter looks like. Composition, copper nickel clad, no silver. Weight, 5.67 grams. No mint mark. All 1965 quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint and bear no mint mark. Edge, read, design, obverse features George Washington, reverse shows an eagle perched on a bundle of arrows. Now let's jump into the rare and valuable error varieties that can fetch insane prices. Most rare and valuable 1965 era quarters. 1965 silver planchet era. This is the holy grail of 1965 quarters. Due to the transition from silver to clad in 1965, some silver planchet coins has blanks intended for earlier years were mistakenly used. These quarters look and feel different and can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. How to identify? Should weigh around 6.25 grams instead of 5.67. Has a silver sheen with no visible copper edge. Auction record. In 2014, a 1965 quarter struck on a 90% silver planchet sold for $12,650 at auction. Others have fetched up to $16,000 or more, depending on condition. 1965 transitional era struck on a 1964 dime planchet. In rare cases, quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover dime planchets from 1964. Weight, approximately 2.5 grams. Size, smaller than normal. Value, these error coins have fetched $3,000 to $6,000 plus depending on condition and grading. Double die obverse or reverse. DDO/DDR. While extremely rare for 1965, any doubling in the inscriptions or imagery can significantly raise a coin's value. What to look for? Doubling on Liberty, In God We Trust, or the eagle on the reverse. Requires magnification. Value, depending on strength and clarity of the doubling, values can soar into the hundreds to thousands. Clipped planchet errors. This occurs when a coin is struck on an incomplete blank that has a crescent-shaped clip. How to spot? Part of the coin is literally missing in a curved shape. Value can range from $100 to $500 plus, depending on how dramatic the error is. Broad strike and off-center errors. These errors occur when coins are struck outside the collar or improperly aligned. Broad strike, the coin appears stretched or wider than normal. Off-center, the design is not centered on the coin. Value, these unique mistakes can fetch $250 to $1,000 plus, especially if the date is fully visible. Wrong planchet errors, foreign coin blanks, or just sometimes U.S. coins were accidentally struck on blanks intended for foreign coins. Because examples, coins struck on Philippine or Canadian planchet value can command $1,000 to $5,000 plus based on rarity and weight. Grading and authentication. For any of these coins to reach their highest market value, authentication and grading are essential. Trusted services include PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, a coin in mint state, MS, condition with errors can multiply in value dramatically. An MS-65 or higher graded 1965 silver era quarter can be worth over $20,000. Chart increasing market trends and sales record in its dimes and quarters. The rare 1965 era quarters continue to break expectations at auction. As awareness increases, so does demand and value. In 2022, a silver era 1965 quarter in high grade fetched $16,800. A high grade off-center 1965 quarter sold for $1,200 in 2021. Several transitional planchet errors consistently bring $3,000 to $10,000, and these prices are climbing. With social media and YouTube fueling interest, the market for rare coins has never been hotter. How to check your 1965 quarter? Weigh the coin. A silver error should weigh 6.25 grams, not 5.67. Examine the edge. Look for a solid silver edge, no copper stripe. Use a loupe or microscope. Check for doubling, off-center strikes, and die errors. Look for anomalies. Check for off-metal color, size irregularities, or missing details. If you find anything suspicious, do not clean the coins. The market for cleaning can dramatically reduce value. Where to sell your rare 1965 quarter? If you're lucky enough to own a rare era 1965 quarter, here are the best places to sell it. eBay, a top platform for selling coins, especially if your coin is already authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Look at similar listings to set a competitive price. Will have you flipping through your greatcollections.com, a trusted online auction house specializing in rare coins. They handle everything from grading to marketing. Heritage Auctions, HA.com, one of the largest and most respected auction houses in the world. If your coin is worth thousands or more, this is an ideal choice. Stack's Bowers Gallery, history of U.S. coinage, renowned for high-end rare coin sales, best suited for coins graded MS-65 and above or with significant error types. The 19 local coin shops and coin shows, great for in-person evaluations. Be cautious and get multiple appraisals before selling. Facebook Marketplace and collector groups. Join coin collecting groups or forums like CoinTalk, Reddit's r/coins, or Facebook groups where buyers actively seek rare coins. Top collectors and expert tips. Briefcase who buys these coins. Private collectors seeking key era varieties for complete collections. Professional dealers flipping coins at higher auctions. Numismatic investors looking for long-term returns. Museum curators and exhibit organizers. Direct hit tips for coin collectors. Study coin weights and types to spot anomalies quickly. Invest in quality tools. A digital scale and 10x, 30x loupe are a must. Avoid cleaning coins. It destroys collector value. Document finds with photos and storage in protective holders. Stay current with trends by following auction houses and coin news. Join a coin club to share and verify discoveries. The market for rare coins. The rarer the error, the higher the stakes, and values keep rising. Trophy conclusion, a fortune hiding in plain sight. So the next time you get change from the store, take a moment to check those quarters. Especially if it's a 1965, you could be holding a piece of minting history worth thousands or even millions. That's right, one rare era coin could fund your next vacation, pay off debt, or even change your life. It's stories like these that keep the thrill of coin collecting alive. Patriotic history. So grab your magnifier, weigh scale, and that old coin jar. It's time to go treasure hunting. The design